Hi, welcome to Book Chat. My name is Bia Stengo and I'm a managing librarian at Monterey County Free Libraries. Today I'm here to talk to you about this book. It's called Klara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. This was a super interesting book. It's science fiction, but sort of soft science fiction because it's set in the not too distant future, and the reality of the world seems very similar to the reality of our contemporary world. And the main character is an artificial friend whose name is Klara. So Klara is basically a robot. And when the story starts, Klara is in the window of a department store observing the world. And she's standing there thinking her thoughts and talking to her friend, who you can tell by their conversation is a little bit less observant than Klara and less thoughtful. Now, it's strange to say the word thought with a robot or an artificial friend, but I think that's the point of Ishiguro's novel, the way we personify everything. And so he has personified Klara, who is very human-like and seems to express emotion that she learns through observation. And so Klara's sitting in the window, and every day, and pretty frequently, a young girl whose name is Josie comes by to see her, and Josie is definitely very enamored with Klara, and she asks her mother if she can take her home as her AF, her artificial friend. And her mother needs to think about it a little bit more, maybe earn the money to get the artificial friend, because artificial friends are a sign of status, of your status in society. So eventually Josie and her mother do take Klara home. And when Klara lives with them, Klara deeply observes the world around her and how people interact. And Klara observes Josie and her best friend, and how how Josie behaves with her mother, and it's very interesting to her. And so Klara is very accepting of the world around her, but you feel as though she is somewhat judging it or having some emotions around it, but that's the fine line that Ishiguro wants us to contemplate in his novel with Klara, who is so much a person, even though she's just an artificial friend or a robot. The world that they live in this not so distant future definitely shows a world divided pretty deeply by a class of the lifted and the unlifted children. And it also shows how cruel people can be to one another and how poorly people communicate with one another. And even though she's a robot and she's not supposed to have emotions, it's very obvious that Ishiguro is walking a very fine line there and really making us look at how we personify our robots. Because we have Siri, we have Alexa, and maybe in the future we'll have Klara. So Klara and the Sun is a very interesting novel, very well written, fantastic book by Kazuo Ishiguro, and I hope you read it. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.